My topic for you today is about the properties of real numbers. The first property is the commutative property of addition and multiplication. The commutative property is true only to addition and multiplication. Commute means, this is from the word commute, means to move. So the this states that the order of the addends, number added, are the addends, and factors are numbers being multiplied, does not affect the sum. The sum is the answer for addition, or the product is the answer for multiplication. So example is 8 plus 6 is 14. You can move and exchange the move 8 here and 6 here still. So 6 plus 8 6 plus 8 is still 14. So moving 8 and 6 does not affect the sum. For multiplication, we have 9 times 7 is equals to 63. You can move 9 and 7, so 7 times 9 is equals to 63 also. 63 also. So that's commutative, moving. So associative property. Associative property of addition and multiplication also. So it states that changing the grouping of 3 or more addends or factors does not affect the sum or the product. So grouping, associate, meaning belong to something. So you have here 3 plus open parenthesis 4 plus 7 is equals to 14. So you group 4 and 7 added to 3 still, and the answer is 14. Now you can move the group from open parenthesis 3 plus 4 plus 7 is still 14. So moving the group, changing the grouping does not affect the sum. So for multiplication, 2 open parenthesis 2 times 5 times 6 is equals to 60. You can move the groupings from 2 times open parenthesis 5 times 6 close parenthesis is equals also to 60. So meaning changing the group of 3. So you cannot group two factors or two addends, so 3 or more addends or factors to be to be grouped. Next is the distributive property. Distributive property states that multiplication distribute over addition. So this is more example is more popular to the old people. You have here 6 times 27. So you can separate you can separate 20 and 7. So 6 times uh, open parenthesis 20 plus 7 close parenthesis. So you separate 20 and 7, then multiply both by 6. So 6 times 20 plus 6 times 7. So 6 times 20 is 120, and 6 times 7 is 42. So 6 times 20 is 120, 6 times 7 is 42. So you add this one, 120 plus 120 plus 42 is 162. So it's easy. So distributive properties in the form A plus quantity B plus C is equals to AB plus AC. That's distributive property. The next is the additive identity. Additive identity states that the sum of a number and 0 is the original number. So the answer is still the original and the number. So example is 0 is the additive identity, meaning back to the original number. So any number added to 0 is still the number. So we have 100, 0 plus 0 is equals to 100. 89 plus 0 is equals to 89. That's the additive identity. You have to add 0 and the number will go back to original. The multiplicative identity. The multiplicative identity states that the product of a number and 1 is the original number. So we have here 1 is the multiplicative identity. So we have here 15 times 1 is equals to 15, back to original number 15, and 17 times 1 is 17 also. So any number multiplied by 1 is still the original number. We have the additive inverse. The additive inverse states that for every real number a, there is a unique number minus a or negative a, such that a plus negative a is equals to 0. So the additive inverse makes a number when added to 0, hence the sum is 0. So a is the additive inverse, or the opposite of negative a is the additive inverse or the opposite of a. So we have here 10 plus negative 10 is equals to 0, and negative 10 plus positive 10 is equals to 0. That's the additive inverse. When added, it makes the sum 0. The multiplicative inverse, which states that for every non-zero real number a, there is a unique number 1 over a, such that a times 1 over a is equals to 1 over a times a is equals to 1. So this is called the reciprocal, multiplying reciprocal. So we have here 8 times 1 over 8 is equals to 1, or the opposite, 8 1 over 8 times 8 is equals to 1. That's the multiplicative inverse. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell for future videos.